everybody, and welcome to the Fandom Flux podcast, episode 45. 44 hasn't gone up yet as of this recording, but whatever. It can have been the, Throwback Saturday. Yeah, that's what it's going to be. Sorry, it may or may not have slipped my mind while I was doing other stuff. As always, I am your host, KCW, and with me we have Zero.
Hello all, I'm Zero, and I'm the mascot character.
And Kenji.
Hello, I'm Kenchi618, and did you know that fear of spiders is called arachnophobia? Fear of tight spaces is called claustrophobia. Well, fear of Kenchi618 is called logic.
That was a pretty nice one, actually.
That was pretty good.
I'll give you that.
Yeah. And Slicer is not here because he is at Anime Iowa, I believe.
Dick.
So, yeah, hopefully he'll bring back pictures because, that'd be nice to have. Photos from a con or something. Be cool.
Cool.
As it stands, we're going to do what we're doing. So what are we doing? What are you doing, Zero?
Basically, it's been a pretty slow week for me. I've been working more hours, so I'm working like 3 or 4 days this week.
Oh, you poor baby.
I like it. It's not a poor baby. It's a, yay, I got more hours thing. Because I haven't been making any money at all. And I do have my own expenses. I went to the dentist. That was the most BS dentist appointment I had ever been to in the entirety of my life of going to dentist appointments. So, I've got this metal band, on the back of the bottom and tops of my teeth, the front 4 or 5 teeth. You
mean braces?
No, it's a permanent retainer. It's just a small little metal band on the back.
Oh, okay.
It's really not. It's not braces. So I used to have braces, but no. So I was like, if they're gonna need to do anything to my teeth, they might need to take it off. So I had to call in and because my mom made this whole appointment without telling me first. So we worked out a thing where I got to meet with the orthodontist and the general dentist guy. And so I get in there 2:00, right? And what happened the day before was they tried to cancel on us after confirming everything. The day before, they tried to cancel my 2 appointments and my mom's appointment because we all had them at the same time. Because the dentist there did not want to work, wanted to take the day off.
Okay.
Kind of raged a bit, and we finally got to go there. Well, I get there at 2:00, and it is literally 3:00. It gets to be 3:30 before the dentist can even see me. I was sitting in the chair. The dentist chair, for over 30 minutes. Just sitting there. And I promised to be somewhere at 4. So I was just I angrily texted my friends. I told them to bring the guns, but nobody brought the guns. So I was kind of sad. Because I know somebody who has guns and knows how to use them. So go get my friend. Go have her come and shoot everybody. She'll bring the Navy SEALs. So yeah, apparently I have cavities on my back teeth, in between my teeth, because
sweet.
Yeah. And then
fillings.
Yeah,
always fun.
That's gonna be fun. So other than that, this week's been very slow for me. I did start writing again. I'm trying to get back into that because I've been on a sort of hiatus, I guess. Well, I've been trying to work through things and try to plan things out. Because there's some stuff that I have to go through, and I lost pretty much the near entirety of my notes that I had for my stories when my computer got wiped. So, yeah, there's that.
So, you're on paid healthcare, right?
I have health care, I do believe. I guess, yeah.
But you have to pay for it.
I do believe, yeah. I think, yeah. Do I? Yeah. I don't know. My parents figured it out.
This is probably the first time I've ever heard anyone having better experience with the NHS than private healthcare. Ever.
How so?
Because, I mean, the comparison between the British system and the American system, the British system is free, but it's kind of shit. The American system you pay for a lot, but they get things done.
Yeah.
Whereas you are paying a lot, and they are fucking you over anyway.
Did I ever tell you about? Did I ever tell you guys about the time when I used to live in Arkansas for a while, and there was a doctor there that removed my tonsils and adenoids unnecessarily.
Yes, you did mention this once.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's the thing, Casey. I don't know how much you know about this, but in America, healthcare is becoming sort of kind of mandatory.
Yeah.
So it's not exactly totally privatized anymore.
Or at least you're trying to go that route.
Yeah. There's a lot of pushing and shoving going on, and I have never been as fond of our healthcare system anyway. I don't even have insurance. I still don't have insurance because I still can't afford it.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's ridiculously expensive in your country. And it's not here, but it also means that you might be waiting 6 months to get a check on,
Gunshot wound
say,
to the
for
liver.
example, the cancer that you may or may not have in a certain part of your body. This is not personal experience. That's a different thing. But
I was about to ask you. I was about to say, I don't want to be brought up again.
No, that's, as far as I'm aware, that's not a thing. It's probably a cyst or something. It's not a big deal. But yeah, it can take that long for appointments for very serious illnesses in this country, and it's kind of messed up. So yeah, I'm not sure which system I would prefer, but you know, they both have some serious problems. Yay. So, on a less note, how's your week been, Ken?
Well, we did a Let's Play this week, and I learned something about myself.
Oh, God.
That I suck at speed runners.
Okay, we've pretty much just determined what the first of the other Let's Plays is going to be that comes out. So, I hope you enjoyed Speedrunners when it came out on Tuesday. Thanks, Ken. Hello?
Practice it at all.
I missed so much of that and none of it got recorded.
Yeah, because Casey dropped out and I had to call him back.
So, we're starting back from Speedrunners is the thing that you suck at, as you were saying, and I said, yeah, thanks for making that the first Let's Play that's going to come out, Ken. So I hope everybody enjoyed the Speedrunners Let's Play that came out on Tuesday.
Yeah, they can enjoy watching me suck at something, because I went back and yesterday I went back because I just couldn't let it sit as it was.
Yeah, I saw the notice saying, can't you start playing Speedrunners? I'm like, oh, he's practicing.
Yeah, but notice how I was only on for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Because that's like the very first time I played, apparently I was hitting wall jumps very well, which actually pissed me off more than made me feel good about it. Because I was like, really? You couldn't have done this? I couldn't have been this good when I was actually playing for something and for the people that I respect / want to think I'm cool?
Yeah. It was a good time, though.
Yeah. It was great. And if we ever play it again, I will actually might win a round.
He says, if we play it again.
We're gonna play it again? Well, that makes me happier.
Oh, absolutely. We just need to figure out a time to do it.
All right. Well, let's see. Other than that, something happened today. I actually got, like, after the morning newscast, which ends at 7 a.m., there are periodic cut-ins throughout the morning, 7:26, 7:55, 8:25, and 8:55. They're like little 5-minute things. But they're actually kind of a big deal to me because I'm usually in charge of them. And today I was, like, the executive producer for morning stuff was not there. So it was totally up to me. And also...
So you ran the show.
Yeah. Also, technically, I was totally in charge for the 30 minutes of the 5 o'clock to 5:30 a.m. half hour. I wrote all the shit and everything and did not have a safety net. And it went great.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty awesome.
Yes. And I pretty much taught myself how to do 2 things today that I didn't know I knew how to do because there was no one else around to teach me how to do it. So if I didn't know how to do it, it would have made for a shitty show. I had to figure out how to work a live shot because there was someone like 50 miles away covering something. And I had to get into contact with him and get it all set up through the control room and give him cues and stuff and tell him all sorts of stuff. And I didn't know how to do that until today.
Awesome.
Yes.
Good day then.
Yeah. So good. It was so good that I came back and slept when I knew I had to be up because I thought I could set an alarm to get up and do this on time. But apparently, apparently I sleep like a bear in hibernation or something after I do good things because it didn't go off for me. And I made my friends wait.
Yeah, a little bit.
Now they're rather cross with me.
Nah, it's cool. It happens.
Yeah.
But we did have to wait for like 20 minutes for you.
Yeah. Other than that, I've been working very hard to get my car out, to Frankenstein my car and bring it back to life one more time. One more time. I need my car back.
One more time.
And I have no idea what's wrong with it, but I think it's a security thing. Like...
Okay.
I know that I don't even fully understand it myself, but the short porters, I had to take it to the shop to actually get someone to look at, confirm what's wrong, and find a way to fix it and stuff, which pisses me off. But I will say this: after all the shit that I replaced in that car, if or when it gets running again, it will probably be good for the next 10 years. That is how much shit I've fixed and changed in that car.
See, you say that, and I guarantee you within 6 months of you getting it running again, it will prove to be patently untrue.
I couldn't think of what would crash in that car. I have changed everything that you can change. I took out my entire fuel tank and changed the fuel pump in it, and that was not the problem.
Okay, Ken?
Yeah?
I would bet you money that something in that car would break again within 6 months of you fixing it up.
See,
but the thing is, if that happened, you would need that money to fix the car again. So, no, I think I'm going to give it a miss.
I would like to take that bet based on how much shit I fixed in that car, but on the flip side of that, it is a car, and cars tend to break when it is least useful for them to do so.
Yep.
So I don't want to take that.
Wise man.
Yeah.
All right, anything else, Ken?
No, just updated the story day before, or was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? I don't remember. Either way, I updated the story, and that's pretty much it.
Hold on.
All right, then.
Okay. Let me just think for a second. I'm not entirely sure whether we actually saved the entirety of this call. That may be a problem in the future.
Alright, I'm back.
We'll find out Eventually. We'll only need to record, like, the intro again, or something. And Zero's bit.
What I do?
What?
What?
No, we might have to re-record the intro and your bit, because it kicked me out, remember?
Oh.
I dropped out of the call, so it killed the recording. Thanks, Skype. You're a class program. Thumbs up. We can find out when we get to that. But, yeah, okay. My stuff this week. I started work this week, if you remember.
Yeah.
How's that going?
Tell the people about that.
It's pretty okay. I'm basically working in the charity shop, so I am helping old people buy things for the most part. And occasionally the mentally or physically handicapped. That's an experience. It's okay. Could be much worse. It's just mostly boring, just not really doing anything all day. Yeah. So that's dull. I wish I had my laptop still, to be honest with you, so I could just sit there and write or something, but no. But they changed my hours, so I now have 6 hours, 6-hour day, no lunch break. A little bit. And, yeah, not fun at all, but it's work, so it's probably not supposed to be fun. That made for a boring week, for most of it. But, on my way home today from work, despite having just finished a full week of, volunteer work, yes, I'm going to call it volunteer work anyway, because it makes me sound better, I still stopped to help a kid pull his ball from under a car where it had rolled. So, I did a week of volunteer work, 6-hour days, 5 days a week, and yet I still went to help a kid get his ball back. Because I am a pillar of the community, motherfucker.
Hero. Modern day English hero.
I am a class act.
Captain Britain.
Yeah.
In the flesh.
With better hair.
Yeah, and that flesh...
I have no idea how good his hair is, but I'm pretty sure mine's better anyway.
And that flesh cannot go outside. So, yeah.
Actually, it really can't, because I live like 2 minutes away from this place, and I'm pretty sure I still got sunburn walking home. I'm pretty sure my neck is sunburned right now, and that is from the 2 minutes I spent outside walking from there to my house. So, I hate my skin. My skin sucks, but I have great hair.
Which makes up for it. It's got luminance.
It helps. Damn it, it helps. All right, that's pretty much all I've done all week, because half of the days that I've been doing this, I have just fallen asleep as soon as I got home. So, yeah, it has been that boring. All right, so that's pretty much what we've been doing. It's a pretty short segment, I assume, because I don't know how long it actually lasted. But, yeah, I guess we're moving on to the second topic, which, as always, is our manga look-back topic.
Just call it manga recap, okay? It's not trying to force it.
Fine. It's 7 daily manga recap. Yeah? Yeah. A half fortnightly manga recap. Damn it. Alright, Bleach.
Well, Kurosuchi is very incandescent.
Yes, Bleach 590. You could say he is grossly incandescent.
This chapter should have been called Praise the Sun.
It should have.
Yeah.
I would have stood and applauded him had he named this chapter. Praise the Sun or something. I would have been ever so happy.
Or sunlight and maggots would be good as well, because it's zombies. That's a thing. That's also a reference. Slicer would have got it.
Yeah. That was a thing. So, he starts off by saying, ignorance is truly bliss. You know, 'cause she's like, who are you? And with him, ignorance really is bliss sometimes.
Yeah. I think most people wouldn't really want to know who he is.
When your opponent is of the caliber such as yours truly, they can't help but gleam with an incandescent light. It's... Okay. I think he made that entire outfit just so he could say that one line.
I feel like he's just begging people to do fan art of him as Solaire or something.
Does that exist yet? I need to look at this. Keep
I'll
talking.
look it up.
Keep talking.
But she's like, oh, you know, geez, you like hearing yourself talk, and he's just got that big freaking like teeth grin. It's just... And then they called this chapter Marching Out the Zombies, in my translation.
Yeah. I don't think it exists yet, Ken.
It doesn't
Sorry.
exist. I'm sad about that. Come on, it's been 2 weeks. Jump on it, Internet.
Yeah.
And then there's a one zombie girl who's like, I want Gigi's, give it to me, give it to me. And she's like, not saying it. And you're like, oh man, okay. Okay. It's one of those things.
Yeah. Is she the mouth girl?
No.
No.
No?
Mouth girl,
Okay.
I think, is gone.
Still fighting. No, she's
Left
still... They're
somewhere
still,
else. She's
still
fine.
fighting somewhere else.
Somewhere else. But this is the sort of zombie, and she's like...
Yeah, but she was with this dude lady who was fighting Kurotsuchi now.
So, Kurosuchi was actually glowing, by the way. He was literally glowing. He was glowing so brightly that he had to turn it down just so she could look at him and take in his glory and his splendor. He literally says, so peons such as yourself can appreciate me in all my splendor.
I wish I knew more Solaire quotes. I really
Solid
do. For moments
cooperation.
like this.
Freaking, like, when you dress
Solid
like that...
cooperation. Yeah.
No, they
Slicer would have known more.
have panels. They have panels from last week. If you put in Mayuri Kuretsuchi praise the sun, they have panels from last week, but there is no fan art.
Aww. Damn it.
Get it soon.
Really, someone should have done it by now. Surely.
You have to look on like Pixiv or something Japanese where they make fan art and stuff. We have to look.
Anyway,
So,
we're getting off topic.
yeah, so he's got some items, bomb things, laser rishi collector things.
Yeah, let me tell you how my stuff works.
Yeah. But it's Kurosuchi. He's actually the type of character who would tell you how his stuff works.
Yeah, he's kind of an arrogant prick and loves to, load it over people, so I guess it's good characterization.
He made it all by himself. He's just like, look at the stuff I made. It's going to kill you, and this is how it's going to kill you. Shouldn't you feel proud of me?
Yeah, it's kind of the way he does everything.
Yeah. It's like, I can tell you what it's going to do, but it's still going to hit you anyways, so why not? Is what he's thinking. Yeah. And then he brings in some Iran car.
Oh. What's her name brings in a load of really shitty Soul Reapers.
Mook Shinigami.
Yeah,
I think
Red shirt Shinigami.
I'll bring a bunch of red shirts or black shirts. Black shirts. That's what they are.
And then Kuretsuchi says, "Okay, I will up your red shirts with some mauve shirts."
So I'm just gonna real quick. Let me try to remember who these people are.
You don't remember?
It's been so long. Okay. So the guy on the far left, that's the guy who gave his names all those really long, like, titles.
That
He
was
the
Charlotte
guy.
Coolholm or something like that, I think.
Yeah, he was the weirdo.
That was the dude that that was the dude that Yumi Chika killed.
Yeah, I remember. Girl on the middle right, I remember her. I don't remember the guy on the far right.
That was the dude Ichigo fought when Uri was fighting that girl.
Okay. And then person in the middle left was... It's been so long since we've seen a Ronkar. Or any sort of... anything.
Wait. Is the guy on the right the really fancy dude with the Spanish stuff?
Yeah.
That was really awesome?
He's got the tassels.
He's the awesome one.
Awesome!
Yeah. I'm
really glad he's back. He was cool.
Yeah. So, Kurotsuchi is coming in to try to save the manga.
I mean, he just looks cool standing there. He didn't even do anything yet. His pose is cooler than all of this.
Mm-hmm.
He's looking up from under the page saying, are you praising the sun yet? Are you doing it? You better be doing it. Go on. Just throw your arms up a little bit. Just a little bit.
Somebody needs to Photoshop his head over the sun.
Praise the sun.
Praise
the sun.
Oh God, that picture's perfect for it.
Somebody needs to take a picture. Needs to take that, Photoshop it over a sunrise, and just so it's his face rising up.
They want people to do it. That picture's fucking perfect for it.
I know.
If you aren't looking at it, you need to see this picture to understand. And it's great.
Okay. So that was Bleach 590. Praise the sun.
Praise the sun.
Yeah, I'm actually glad I read that one. That was actually amusing to me. For all the wrong reasons. But it was amusing.
Yeah. And now we have Naruto to let us down again.
Alright, let's start.
I love the first line of this chapter.
Yeah.
The very first line of Naruto 686, and that was Bleach 590, by the way. Naruto 686, the first line of the chapter... Oh, sorry, not the first one, because I'm reading it left to right when it should be right left.
Second panel. Or the
second panel, yes. If you're going to be giving us a recap, I'd like it if you made it brief. If someone had said that on the first page of every chapter, this manga would have been 200 chapters shorter. Yeah.
Let's just summarize everything that's been happening. There we go. First page done.
Then again, this is the greatest hypocrisy ever, because this is our half-fortnightly manga recap. So, yeah, we don't get to complain about recaps very much. It's a little bit unfair. But what else happens? The dead Hokage are uninteresting.
Yeah, they really are.
And then we have a preview for a film.
Cowboys.
It's going to be Western themed.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
That does not fit in the same time frame. If there even is a time frame.
Maybe they get sent to the cowboy dimension.
Do they have revolvers in the cowboy dimension?
They probably should. It's the cowboy dimension.
How would they know how to use revolvers? Why is Naruto using 2 revolvers? That's stupid. You don't use 2 revolvers ever.
You could learn.
No, the kickback on that, though. When you fire, you don't use 2 guns.
He's like ninja super strength dude.
Yeah, but he's not going to be accustomed to the kickback. I feel like the second he tries to use a gun, he's going to hit himself in the face.
I assume that's going to be a gag, and then he learns to do it properly.
Oh.
We're writing this film for them, you know that.
And he knows how to ride a horse, too? When did he pick that up?
I don't know, one of the other films, probably. Who cares? It's the Naruto films. Who really gives a damn about the Naruto films?
I feel like the second he sees a train, he's going to freak out.
They've seen trains
I've seen
before.
a
That
train.
wasn't one of the Naruto films.
I don't watch the Naruto films for a reason now.
It's the snow one.
The first one.
Yeah.
Uh,
That actually had trains in it. Because that was so much help for the fucking placing where and when this is supposed to be taking place. Fucking adding trains.
And airships.
Airships, yeah.
I'm going to make a manga about ninjas. What are you going to do? Let's put in some trains and the movies. They don't care about that. Let's throw in an airship or two. Let's throw in this. Revolvers, guns? Yeah, we need more of those.
Yeah, so, oh, and Kakashi's wearing a bandana, isn't that funny?
It's really not that big of a difference.
And Sasuke actually gets the better character design.
Yeah, he does.
Sure, surprisingly enough. Though, that's actually less cowboy and more...
Sheriffy.
Sort of a East Coast for that time period outfit, really.
New York.
Yeah.
And then we get back into the manga after that brief thing, and we see...
Oh, yeah. I forgot we were reviewing a manga. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
We were recapping a manga, you could say.
And then, Naruto's like, she's got my clones. She got my clones.
Yeah,
She's killing
and
them all.
I can't trick her with my shadow clones anymore. What will I do? Oh, yeah, I can trick her with my shadow clones.
I still find that face in her sleeve a little bit creepy.
Yeah, that's pretty much the intention. It looks very much like, was it Pride?
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks very much like that.
And then more clones attack, and then, oh no, you're killing all my clones, oh.
Yeah, you killed all my clones.
Only we had that clone.
Yeah. That clone would have had this shit wrapped up.
It would be done.
That clone has enhanced dodging skills compared to other clones.
And now we have Kakashi's soul searching, which I find hilarious. You know why? His biggest shame is that he realizes he is less useful than Sakura.
Even Sakura and Obito are doing their best, and I'm just standing here.
Watching.
That's really shameful. Oh, the writer actually remembered Sakura is supposed to do something and yet forgot Kakashi.
It's like in D&D when your DM forgets that there's another character with you for the entirety of the boss fight. It's like, oh, they should have been attacking.
Whoops.
Well, they're going to start attacking now.
Well, not in this case, but yes.
Yeah. But, yeah. Just kill the Naruto. It's a clone. Not a clone.
I'm going to do the self-sacrifice thing, because I didn't do that before. Well, I did do that before, but Obito screwed me out of it or something, I guess.
Naruto has always been weirdly smart by Kakashi. Yeah. Weirdly smart.
And,
Yeah.
Do I have to start writing Kakashi as sort of having a death wish, because this is like the second time in the course of this fight or battle or whatever you want to call it since the war started that he's tried to get himself killed.
It's getting to the point where that's pretty much what his character is. He
And
has
failing at
always
it?
had a death
Yeah.
wish, more or less.
So then they use gravity.
In fact, you could make that a valid interpretation of his whole character from the very beginning. Because he didn't want a team and all that stuff. He just wanted to keep doing the super hardcore missions and stuff. Maybe he just wanted to find one that would kill him.
Here's something I find a little bit odd.
Hmm?
The gravity of hitting these things, yet they're kind of pyramidy, but some are like chipped and not like...
That's not how gravity works. If it was high gravity, it would be a lot smoother than that.
Yeah. That makes no sense. And then when they fall, they're just like, ouch, 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 ah. You've been hit by so much crap so far, and this is the thing that makes you say ouch.
If there was super high gravity, you would not be able to see cliffs in the distance.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, okay, so everyone's weighed down, and, oh shit, she's going to kill the two people that need to not be killed because they're the protagonists.
Yeah.
Hey, you and me, we're extra characters, let's sacrifice ourselves.
Real quick, though, I can't move. It kind of looks like they're kind of shuffling around. It can't be that hard to make a hand sign and fire a projectile.
Wait a second. Kakashi and Obito can run over there and get in the way of these attacks.
Yeah.
Yet Naruto and Sasuke, being the super bullshit-powered ninja that they are at this point, can't do a goddamn thing.
And
the fuck?
There's also, why can't, like, Sasuke just, like, freaking use one of his, like, maybe Phoenix Flower Jutsu or something? You just have to hit the projectile. You don't even have to hit her.
Well, she is super bullshit, master, ultimate evil, ultimate everything.
Yeah, but her
evil,
projectiles aren't super master BS. They shouldn't be.
You don't know because they introduced them a chapter ago. In fairness, if she had explained the attack, we would know whether this was bullshit or not.
Yeah. Kudos, I guess. I don't know. I feel like if they can move that much enough to like dodge out of the way on one of those, then and here's another thing. Gravity deviating.
Sorry, what?
She says it's gravity deviating it after she misses, and she's like, "I fix it next time." No, you should know gravity is deviating your attack. You should be accounting for that. It's your attack. You are using the gravity.
But she's not using the gravity. She's just in a place where the gravity exists. And yeah, she probably wouldn't have. She's still technically sort of kind of human, maybe ish a little bit.
I don't know.
So it's
I'm confused by all of this, and I don't want to understand. What
bothers me most is that, yes, Naruto and Sasuke can't dodge at the moment. Fine, sure, whatever. But it really bothers me that Kakashi and Obito are under exactly the same conditions, but they can fucking run full tilt and get in the way of this attack that they can't dodge.
Yeah.
That is kind of Deus Ex Machina, Diabolus Ex Machina, technically. Just to make sure that this character dies. Oh, and by the way, Kakashi doesn't get his death wish at all this chapter either. Because Obito is cooler than Kakashi.
It was like, hey!
I remember when everybody was like, we gotta go beat up Obito. We gotta beat him, and then all of a sudden he's like, hey guys, I'm a good guy now.
I never actually saw that happen, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
I played the games, which means I got up to the point where Toby gets unmasked, but you don't actually see who it is because they hadn't gotten that far yet when the game came out. And then I just started recapping these in the podcast, so I missed like a huge chunk of what happened in this story. So I don't know how this heel face turn came about. Anyone want to enlighten me?
Genchi?
What don't you know of?
How did Obito become a good guy?
We've been doing these recaps since he started his face turn.
What? That makes no sense.
I don't know why you don't remember.
We started these recaps when Madara was doing the tree thing. I'll be more specific. When he was literally just doing the Moon's Eye plan, and then he put the eye on the moon. That's about when we started.
Okay, so I don't
and
remember.
And Obito was already sort of... I don't know whether he was a good guy then, but he was neutral. Because he wasn't doing anything.
Alright, so pretty much Obito was the big bad. He was the Ten Tails Jinchuriki. And then Naruto talked no jutsu'd him.
Yeah.
And then right after that, Madara showed up and took the Ten Tails from him and put it inside of himself.
Yeah.
Okay.
And basically left him for dead.
And now Obito's like, hey guys, I'm gonna be your friend and take a hit for you and die for you because I should do that because I'm a good guy now.
Well, that's... It's exactly what we said it was. It's getting rid of the extraneous characters that they don't need in this reunion of all the original protagonists so that they can beat up the final big bad that came out of nowhere and save the day and everyone's happy.
Mm-hmm.
Woo. Go team. Go Team 7, in fact.
I don't really know what else to say about this.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I wish Obito's last line before the end of the chapter would have trolled Kakashi a little harder.
Yeah. I wish it was just something really stupid like, haha, you don't get to die.
Alright,
Yeah.
so next topic.
Next topic, because Naruto disappoints again. Remember when it was really cool when it did that stupid reverse harm no jutsu?
Yeah.
We're never going to see it get that good again.
Use the gag comedy.
No, don't use the gag comedy because that'd mean forcing it, and forcing it is bad.
Use it naturally to win.
Zero's a robot. This is going to be an interesting episode for the listeners. Because robots and random cutting out and all that stuff. It's great. It's fun stuff.
I turned into a robot?
Mm-hmm.
Am I still a robot?
No. Alright. Next topic is letting go. Specifically, this means you have written part of a story. You have not updated it in like 6 months. Do you give up on it? If so, how do you give up on it?
I remember when I stopped writing Celestial Suicide Mage, I posted what I had written for the next chapter, which wasn't a lot, and then I basically listed the reasons why I can't write anymore, and, you know, also telling people, you know, this is what I would have done here, trying to tie up all the loose ends so they're not left, like, with just, oh, what about this, you know, just trying to make it so that I can minimize the disappointment. And that's really all you can do. You can't really end the story and make people happy unless it really sucks.
Yeah.
Oh man.
As for when you should let go is an important point, because I find that cutting that cord can be very, very difficult.
Mm-hmm.
I say this having experience and having that bloody fix sitting on my profile for like a year without an update. So, most important thing for giving up on a fic is that it's your choice.
Mm-hmm.
You have to know with certainty that you're never going to pick this up again. Because here's the funny thing. Literally 2 hours after I'd actually abandoned Face Every Shadow, I got the desire to write it again. It was brief, and there may have been some Giant Bomb Endurance run that, kind of influenced me a little bit, because that was an awesome Let's Play, and one of the very early great ones, by the way, recorded in 2009. But, yeah, I wanted to start writing it again, and it was brief, and I realized I've already told everyone all of the plot points that I was going to do, and even if I did go back to it, I can almost guarantee I would have stopped within a month. So, just know that you've really given up on it before you actually do, or you're going to go back and forth, and it's going to be awkward and unpleasant for everyone involved, both readers and for you.
A part of me, if I ever give up a fic, wants to be a dick about it and kill the protagonist.
It's a way to do it. I've seen that done, actually. It was, I think it was a Full Metal Alchemist and Naruto crossover. And at one point, it was really dragging out because they didn't bridge the language gap at all. So, Edward Elric is speaking some form of Austrian, vaguely. And then he's in the Naruto world, and they're all speaking Japanese, and he's like, I don't understand anything you're saying, and I am now being treated as a prisoner because they think I'm some sort of foreign invasion force or something. And it kind of drags on for a while because of that, and eventually the author just decided, okay, the excuse was, I don't think this character would survive for very long in the Naruto universe, which, I'm iffy on. I think he'd do okay, but he wouldn't be fighting any of the big heavy hitters or anything. But, yeah, so he just killed him off. I forget why or how. It's one way to do it, but it's a bit sudden and unsatisfying, for the reader at least.
Well, yeah, it was a troll option. I literally said before I thought, but if I do it, I'm going to troll people when I do it. Because that's a hot way to live.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the two ways you could go. I mean, you could be a dick, and that's fine, I guess. But it's also being a dick. Or you could, try and, give it some closure, at the very least. So say, okay, this is what I had planned, this is what I was going to do. As much as you have, if you don't have everything planned out and mapped out, then just go with what you have and don't pretend that you're going to, brainstorm all of these great ideas out and then start writing again, because you're not. It's not going to happen. Or it might happen, but it probably won't happen. So don't go overboard with it.
Wow.
Just get the big details out so people will know what the score is, know generally what was going to happen, and also give someone the opportunity to maybe pick it up if they really want to.
If you want somebody to be able to pick it up, you can say what you had planned, but just don't write an epilogue for it if you want somebody to pick it up later. If you want to just end it, you don't want to see any more of it, do a quick epilogue. Something that will conclude the story in a sort of just general fashion. It doesn't have to be super fancy, super long even.
Actually, that's another option as well. You could put it up for adoption. That's an okay method to take if you're cool with that. Some people aren't. I personally don't think I could really do that and let someone have free reign for taking over the entire rest of the story. I could not do that. I came close to doing that when we brought Ethan onto the project and said, okay, you can keep writing it, but I will tell you exactly what to do and what the plot points are. that's how it went. And I don't think either of us were very comfortable with that. I don't think it's a very good model to work with. So, you could try that. Certainly, you could try whatever you feel like. But if you go that route, it's going to be a difficult relationship because they're going to want to write their own story, and you are going to want them to write your story for you. Those are two different things. So, straight out adoption and just letting them do whatever the fuck they want with your story would be easier, but it is also a harder pill to swallow.
Yeah.
Because then it becomes they have free reign, and you start reading their fic, and you're like, what are you doing to my characters? I would never have done things this way. Why are you doing things this way? This makes no sense. Look at all these plot holes. And you start tearing the story to pieces because it's your story in your mind still.
Yeah. You have to let go in more than one way.
Yeah. If you're letting go, you have to actually let go.
You have to basically emotionally detach yourself. Which, if you're
that's a difficult thing to do.
Yeah. If you're letting go anyways, like, when I was writing Social Suicide Mage, there were like the last couple updates, people noticed there was a significant drop in quality, and that's because really I was not wanting to write the fic anymore, and so it just kind of died slowly for me until it got to a point where like I cannot physically write this anymore because it's just not fun. And
see,
yeah.
I didn't have that problem specifically because when I stopped writing Face Every Shadow, I just stopped writing it. So, to date, I think the last chapter I posted on that story is still the funniest thing I've ever written. Because I read it back and that's pretty damn funny stuff. But, I don't know.
Gosh darn it, now I'm being inspired to start writing more.
Good, you said you'd started writing.
Yeah, I'm going to go finish up that freaking... I've got over 7,000 words written for a chapter, but I want to make it 20,000 words to apologize for the lateness.
I just think...
That's a method.
I just think people would want to read it, then get 20,000 words out of it, as long as it comes out faster.
I've got a lot to do in this chapter, too, so... Like, literally, I've accomplished, like, 1 out of 5 things I want to get done.
Huh. Fair enough.
So it's going to be a long one. But, yeah, if you're letting go of something and you really don't want to write it anymore, or you just can't write it, or it's just gotten to the point where you don't feel you can, you have to, at some point, cut the cord. You have to let it go, because some stories you can finish. Some stories you're like, I want to finish this. I know I can. And some stories, like with the whole Social Suicide Mage thing, I lost any sort of love for fairy tale. And when you're doing a crossover and you start not wanting to write for one of those series, it gets hard to just write for one alone.
Both Bleach and Fairy Tail stung me with that. Both of them.
And when that happens, there's really nothing else you can do, because it is fan fiction, and it's only going to be good as long as you are a fan. So don't force yourself.
I would like to see fan fiction by someone who isn't a fan. So, say, get a writery person who likes writing, and get them to troll the wiki for whatever series you're talking about. Say they go through the Naruto wiki. And just have them pick up all of the story details from that. And then write a story based on it. I think that'd be an interesting experiment.
Don't know how far it would get, but it would probably be... Like, I feel like every character, if you were looking at it through an unbiased point of view, they would not be treated as well as they are in most stories.
That's because a lot of characters are shit.
Yeah.
That's why, but yeah.
Naruto is treated very well in most stories. Pretty much all of them.
From the Western perspective, because everything's written in English that we read.
Yeah.
fairness. I imagine it's exactly the opposite in Japan. Well, not exactly, but probably half and half. Naruto being treated very well and Sasuke being treated very well. And there's like 5 people worldwide that treat Sakura very well.
Yeah, I had a friend who once wrote fan fiction, right? He wrote this whole Naruto story where Naruto and I guess his femme version were both around or something like that. I don't know. I think he wrote that. And he basically was like, okay, we're going to put this character in therapy. We're going to get this character professional help. Just was like, yeah, Sakura, you're obsessed with Sasuke. I'm taking you to a therapist right now. So he kind of just went dissected everything. Like, yeah, this character needs to be literally helped because they literally have something really wrong with them.
From an objective point of view, that can be said of most of the characters in the series, yes.
Yeah. So that's what he did. And then he just was like, I wrote my story, I'm done, I'm not writing anymore. Which, you can do. But, you really have to like writing for the characters or like writing what you're writing. Either or. Because if you don't like what you're writing, why are you writing it? You're not getting paid.
It's very true. We do this for fun, so if you're not having fun doing it, then why are you doing it?
So, yeah. Sometimes you just have to let go. Next topic.
This is the Sad Times podcast.
Sad Times podcast. Dun, 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 dun.
It's your fault.
Dun, 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 dun. Next topic.
That sad mute. That wasn't even sad humming. What the fuck was that?
I'm trying to bring the mood back up.
Sure you are. Alright. Next topic is... Oh, we're doing a video game topic. Okay, fair enough. Massive change in tax. Alright. AI.
Stop doing that.
AI.
No one is ever going to finish that quote, are they?
Nobody knows ever. No.
Ken knows it.
I'm not going to finish the quote.
I probably know the quote, I just don't remember it, so I'm not going to
Spicer would have finished the quote for me.
Well,
Spicer's not here. Alright, so AI as a mechanic. Oh, yeah.
We have a title for this episode.
What's the title?
Fandom Flux, Mrs. Slicer.
Okay.
He would have finished the quote.
That just means you miss Slicer.
That just means you miss him.
I'm on Fandom Flux. I count.
Did you just say you are Fandom Flux?
I'm on Fandom Flux. I count. My opinion counts.
Yeah, 1/3 of the overall opinion.
Yeah.
And the rest of the overall opinion is neutral. Thus, the slider is on the Mrs. Him scale side of it.
Reason it however you want to.
Can we add in it's? So Mrs. It's Slicer.
Okay.
Alright. But no, AI as a mechanic. We're talking about in writing, right? Writing that.
No, this is in games.
Oh, in games? Okay. We could write. I could talk about writing that either. Or
See, we're talking about AI.
no. In games. It has AI as in artificial intelligence for it really. Okay, I'm going to mention the game Xenoblade Chronicles has 2 sort of non-combat-ish characters. One's a healer, one's like a magic user. Now, if you have the healer out, she will not heal you. For crap. She will heal you once when you're at like half health, and then she won't heal you again. Like, I had it so that she was stuck. She was just standing there. watching as I was being murdered. So the general opinion from the Xenoblade fan community is that she's trying to kill the party. Because, like one person said they used like an ability which reduces aggro so that some monster starts attacking them. Then she, right after that, instead of healing him, uses her ability which reduces aggro, so it goes back to attacking him. Like, come on!
Yeah, that's an interesting thing, actually. Interesting point to bring up. AI can be used a lot to flesh out characters, actually. If there's not a lot of character development that they gain specifically through dialogue or actions in plot cutscenes or whatever you're going to have for driving the plot, then you can define them as a person a lot of the time with just how they act in a combat situation, since that's such a huge part of games a lot of the time.
She can't. She's not in character.
So for example, if someone focuses on healing themselves and keeping the enemy from attacking themselves, and ignoring the rest of the party for the most part, then one could infer that she is perhaps a coward.
You see, there's these sort of these skill trees in the game, and they're each named after a trait of a character. She doesn't have cowardice. Cowardice is the character who actually is the most brave, because that's his thing, because he goes up and he fights people, and then he can actually heal people. He's a character that actually heals people. If you're going to control this character that heals people, you have to control her directly. Like, as in you are controlling her as the player character. So, and the magic user is kind of the same. You have to control her, too. Like...
Yeah. Dragon Age, specifically did it interestingly, because the way Dragon Age did AI was... Initially, they would act on their own and do whatever they felt like, unless you specifically, switch characters and said, okay, I'm going to control this guy to make sure it does exactly what I want him to do. And that's generally the way it worked, until you leveled up a few times, and then it would give you tactics slots. And then you could, from there, decide the things that they would do at certain points. So, like, say, a party member has less than 50% health, and they would cast a heal spell on them. Or if there are 3 enemies surrounding them, then they'll do a stunning move. And then maybe they see an enemy and they will instantly go and attack that enemy. Basic one, but there you go. And they would give you the ability to set those yourself, but they would also have auto-assigned templates for them. So all of the characters would have their basic template already set out. So, for example, you have Morrigan, who was basically an all-out attacking spellcaster type person, and she would have a very specific template set for that, and she was a very aggressive character for a lot of the game, and very confrontational, and that was carried over in combat as well through that template.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the other spellcaster in the game was Wynn, and she is an old woman who has been looking after people all of her life. So a lot of her AI template is all about giving people buffs and healing them and giving them regenerating health when she can and such things. It's all about looking after the other characters in the party.
Mm-hmm.
So AI can be used to reinforce a character if done well.
Actually, I kind of want to bring up the difference between Persona 3 and Persona 4. In that Persona 3, in the original Persona 3, you don't control your characters, you just give them general orders. Whereas Persona 4, you control each character. Now, I kind of think that as Persona 3, like, you are working as an organization, so you give general orders and they do what you tell them to, I suppose. In Persona 4, it's just a group of kids, and they're all doing, what they want, I guess. But in a way that is, I don't know.
In Persona 4, they do exactly what you tell them to, because
weird.
Anyone who didn't use the assign orders directly thing is an idiot.
Yeah. I wonder, Has anybody actually not gone through the entire game without doing that, or forgetting that even existed? That'd be interesting.
Probably. But I imagine it wasn't that much more difficult, for the most part. You'd probably have Yosuke ending up using that fucking confuse move all the time.
Freaking Mitsuru using Marin Karen all the time.
I was gonna say, fucking Marin Karen. Really? For the uninitiated, that would be a single target charm attack that would make the enemy, I think it was the equivalent of confuse, so they would either attack one of their own, the party, or do nothing.
Yeah.
And she would cast this on a boss. The boss being immune to that attack.
All the time.
All of the time. Like every turn. And you could do nothing about it.
She's supposed to be the smart one.
Yeah.
But she
is, in fact, nominally in charge of the whole thing.
And she keeps trying to seduce the monsters.
She keeps trying to... If memory serves, it was fucking birds or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Actual birds. And she wanted to charm them. Maybe she just likes birds. She wanted a new pet.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
It's weird how you can associate characters with how they play. Like, again, since I've been with the Xenoblade community for Smash Brothers and stuff pretty frequently, there's one character named Ryan, and he has, basically 3 different moves that can buff him. So he can do a single attack, a really powerful attack. So he's super popular. Because he can just destroy enemies. Like it's nobody else's business. But then everybody just does not like, the healer who doesn't heal you. And she's trying to kill the party and everything. And AI affects the whole fandom,
Yeah. I just want to bring up again Skyrim's Mercer Frey, the worst thief in history.
Oh, or Lydia. Lydia.
Lydia
The worst.
is a Nord warrior, so it makes some amount of sense for her to charge in headfirst.
She was originally designed to be a stealth character, though.
But she is not.
Exactly. You see the problem.
So a thief doing the same thing, though, is... No, in fact, all thieves, do exactly the same thing. They get into a combat situation, and they immediately fight anyone that aggroes against them.
Yeah.
In fact, if you go to Riften, and you restart the Thieves Guild, and everything's going great, and they're all active again, and you start getting them new hideouts in different cities and all that stuff, then you'll start seeing thieves trying to lockpick houses in Riften.
In the middle of the day.
Whenever, really. And if they get caught, then they will immediately start fighting everyone. They won't try and run away and get away. They won't run down into the canals and try and get into the Ratway where their base is. They'll fight anyone that tries to fucking come at them. They'll just go for it,
That's like freaking Skyrim. There's a dragon coming, so all the villagers are going to suddenly start trying to punch it.
Alvar, the blacksmith from Riverwood, decides, that's a fucking dragon. I need to fight him. Maybe I should grab a weapon from my massive storehouse of weapons that I have right next to me.
Nope.
Or maybe some armor or something.
Nope. Prayer hands.
Fuck it. I am the man of Skyrim. I will fucking take this dragon band.
I made all this shit with my hands. They're good enough for a dragon.
Only the Dragonborn can kill the dragons. Quick, everybody, kill the dragon! I'm right here. I can kill it and then take its soul thing, so it doesn't come back. Kill the dragon!
When we kill it, you can steal its soul. We'll do it for you, Dragonborn.
We believe in. No, you guys are all gonna die. You're kind of not wearing any armor or anything. That guy's just wearing noble vestments. He's got a ring on. Is that gonna do any damage to scales?
I can use it as a knuckle duster.
It's good enough for me.
Yeah, so, Good AI can be good for characters and characterization. Bad AI can be really bad for characters and characterization.
Yeah, and it can make people hate care.
This has nothing to do with what you guys are talking about, but you kept talking about AI, and I could not help but stop thinking about the AI for the game, like on PlayStation 1, called Digimon World.
Oh.
I hate that game so much.
Oh, I know that game. PlayStation 1.
So you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I don't like that game.
I wanted to like it because it was like the first and only Digimon game I ever bought, and I wanted it to be good. And I couldn't go very far. I couldn't go far in it because my Digimon, there was no tactics. For those of you who don't understand, you start off with a rookie level Digimon and you train him and stuff. And you can train his intelligence and stuff, but the only way to really like get anything out of it is to really fight. But when you make him fight, at first you only have two options. You have to give him the command to fight or whatever else. You don't get to pick any attacks. You tell him, fight.
Yeah.
Go. Kill that thing.
You lose your Digimon all the time.
Yeah. You get more orders over time if you get him smarter, but the orders are still so lame and vague that he's pretty much still just shooting
and when your
shots.
Digimon has that whole Digivolution thing, it can go really badly, really fast. I got stuck with
Numamon.
I got what's that slime Digimon called?
Numamon.
Yeah, Numamon.
The one that throws shit?
Yeah, that's who I got stuck with.
I did too. Repeatedly.
All the time.
And it would have been okay if there was some sort of benefit to getting a Numamon, like, oh, well, at least he could take a shit ton of damage. No, no, he can't. He just throws shit.
That's all he does. He throws it with his tongue. Like, I have to link an image to this so you guys can see this.
I have not been linking anything, but I don't think there was anything to link so far.
But this is the Digimon in question, and this is the one you do not want to get stuck with.
I know what it is, but Casey doesn't, so...
I know, he doesn't, so he needs to see this. I got this off a random website, so...
Xenoblade Chronicles. There was... what else was there other than Xenoblade Chronicles? Well, look at this image.
Dragon Age.
Dragon Age.
And
Talk
Skyrim.
about Dragon Age. And Skyrim. And Skyrim. Okay, so what am I can't seem to get the link to work. Hang on. There we go. Ugh. Okay.
Imagine being stuck with that.
It actually looks kind of like Abaddon from Persona.
A little bit. Except... Bless you.
Thank you. Yeah, big giant green thing with a huge mouth and a tongue sticking out of it. He just goes blah all the time.
And that's how he attacks, with his tongue. Like, this is the character you get stuck with. You start off with a really cool, like, starter Digimon, right? Then you can lose that Digimon. You typically do.
You always do.
Yeah, you always do, because you cannot control the fighting. Then you have to get a new Digimon, and you usually end up with a crappy one. And it usually digivolves into this guy.
Or a Bakamon.
Or that. But it's usually this guy.
It doesn't even explain to you why, or what.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't really explain to you why stuff evolves into stuff, or what you can do to change anything or make it better.
My game actually broke. I think it either broke or it was part of a glitch or something, but I cannot go into this mine area without the game crashing. And then after a while, it just stopped working.
Okay, so we were talking about AI. To bring us back on topic, because I have nothing to add to this. We were talking about AI as a mechanic.
Yeah, I think Do we need to say more? It can be bad. It can be really bad.
Anyone played Half-Life 2?
I have not.
Nah.
Good. Because I have no idea what to talk about for fucking Alex Vance, who is apparently the best AI character ever. I think it's Alex Vance. Might be mistaken on the name. I didn't play that far because it sucked. Someone's using the vacuum cleaner.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second.
So, Ken, how's it going?
Fine.
Feeling good?
Yeah. Feeling great. Feeling grand.
Yeah. I think I'm starting to get a headache. I have to close my window and door and that, so I've got the headphones on and I'm sweating and it's all kind of in the headphones. And
Work through the pain.
yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing. But I got this opportunity to bitch while vamping for King of Zero because he's sort of dealing with some vacuum cleaner problems right now. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of another game. I'm trying to think of another game I have with notoriously garbage AI.
Well,
because I don't really have anything with particularly
Dynasty
good
Warrior
AI.
games. On the lower difficulty levels, the AI gets to basically is at the point where they will walk around to you and you can stand still for an hour and they won't hit you.
yeah, that's basically the point though of the lower difficulties.
Yeah.
You just fucking
It's
fight
like
them without trying.
it's got like there's a highest difficulty is the standard mook can kill you, but lowest difficulty is nothing will or can attack you ever in the entirety of the game.
Yeah, I played on easy because normal was kicking my ass.
So it's a weird sort of progression.
In fairness to myself, because I want to be fair to myself because I'm myself, I was starting with the Way campaign, which for the first mission involves you running the fuck away from Lubu. So
Lubu.
yeah. That's not how you started with playing Dynasty Warriors. You don't start with trying to run the fuck away from the hardest fight in the game, pretty much.
Lubu in every sort of interpretation that I've seen him in, whether it's in games, whether it's in manga, whether it's in just general anybody talking about him, he's always awesome.
Yeah. Even when it's not even the same Lubu, he's in Kingdom as well, and
yeah.
It's technically Lubu Way, but he's still kind of fucking awesome.
Lubu in Kingdom is really awesome.
But kind of more in the political sense than the holy shit, he's got to shove a spear
if you have a character named Lubu, he's probably going to be the best character in the entire thing, so why not just make him the main character already?
Sounds like sound logic to me.
Alright, I guess we're done with AI. We got a couple of topics covered.
If you get hit by Lubu, do you get a Lubu Boo Boo?
Boo Boo Boo.
I think Lubu Boo Boo is funnier. Repetition of key of comedy. Lubu Boo Boo. Did I mention it's really hot in this room? Yeah. So, I'm going to move on to the next topic. What's the next topic?
Rescuing from the scrappy heap.
Oh, yeah, rescuing from the scrappy heap. So, the series has a shit character. Everyone hates them. They're terrible. They are Scrappy Doo from Scooby-Doo. It was kind of irritating. He was ballsy, give him that much, but he was irritating to just about anyone that watched the show.
Yeah.
Or you're talking about, I think it was Wesley Crusher? Who was,
Wesley Crusher.
yeah, he was a character in Star Trek Next Generation, and everyone hated him, but he was the writer's favorite, so they kept making episodes that centered around him, and everyone hated it. Yeah. You have one of those characters in your story, and you say, okay, everyone hates this character, but what I want to do is make him the central point of this story, and I want to make him somewhat likable, is what we're aiming for. This was actually a question sent in by Johnny Lobo. And we figured, okay, we don't have time to sort this out in the last episode, so we're going to do it in this one as a full topic. So, how do you rescue someone from the scrappy heap?
Character development is the easiest way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you take the character and you basically put them in situations so that they have to become better. Or rather, not even that. It could be as simple as...
It could be that you're just trying to recontextualize the events. So, centered from their perspective...
You don't know everything about the character at this point, and you can maybe throw in some...
fleshing out their backstory a little bit.
Yeah.
So they're a little bit more well-rounded.
Because characters that are... Most characters work in shades of gray, not like pure black or white. So there's always going to be something about that character that's likable. And if there isn't, then you can usually, expand upon something in their past or write some backstory in there that will help the readers to be able to connect with them in a way that they couldn't before. Like Akutsuki from Persona 3, everybody hates him.
Yeah, he was a douche, and then he was a villain.
Yeah.
So we were never given a reason to like him.
Yeah. But, that would be a challenge to write. But you could probably write that if you were to try to show things from his point of view. But in the end, you would have to, if you really want to make him a likable character, you would have to, in essence, change what he did that made him such a villain. Just change it.
Not necessarily.
You
don't... It's not necessarily about making him likable so much as making him less hateable.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Give them
so
reasons.
Putting perspective into their actions and making them more understandable as a character,
I would just
rather than just...
Actually, I can just quote Walter White. He should not be likable if you were to take him at face value. Like, if you were to not know about the backstory about, Breaking Bad, where he has cancer, or he has, he's doing all this to get money for his family before he dies. If you didn't know any of that, he would have been totally not likable at all. Because you knew that, you began to actually kind of root for him.
Sympathize.
You could sympathize with him, and actually, some people would, you would actually root for him when he did well against the worst guys.
That started to fade when you found out the cancer was in remission and all that.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you still, you were already rooting for this guy, so it didn't slow down as much as you think it would.
Once you're on someone's side, and you know exactly what they're doing, and they don't really change what they're doing, but circumstances change slightly, it's not that easy to go from being on their side to being against them again. It takes something drastic to make that happen. And I'm fairly certain that did happen in Breaking Bad at one point, and a lot of people turned away from him at that point, but
you gotta, kind of open your eyes to see, this guy was a villain all along.
Yeah, to bring it back around to the topic a little bit, I think it's important to remember, from a writer to an audience perspective point of view, it's important to remember that from the start, when you're trying to write this story centered around this character that everyone hates, it's going to be an uphill battle to get people to like your story.
Yeah.
Because people will still hate this character until you make them likable.
But if you make them likable too fast with no reason behind it, then people will shit on it not being good storytelling.
Yeah, it's unjustified. It doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel realized properly. So it comes out bad that way as well. Happens. So yeah, any other points to make for rescuing from the scrappy heap? This was actually shorter than I thought it'd be.
I'm good. I'm just trying to mute my mic every now and then because people are loud.
Yeah.
So, next topic then?
Alright. Next topic is... Checking the time. Yeah, we're good. Time travel.
Time travel.
Silence.
Where we're going, we need no roads. We don't need no roads. Screw your roads.
You got that quote wrong twice.
I don't care.
And I just gave up on the third one.
I'm not trying to quote it correctly. I'm trying to just say the thing. If I was trying to quote it correctly, I would quote it correctly. But that would require effort. Alright, so time travel.
Time travel.
Are we talking about moving forward or moving backwards?
You know what? Sod it, let's just spend the entirety of this quote doing sci-fi quotes where time travel is involved.
No.
Welcome to the world of tomorrow!
Woo!
No one else?
Got any others? Because I don't...
I want your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle.
Mm-mm.
Stop it. You have a responsibility. And also, you can't think of more off the top of your head.
Shut up.
Great Scott! Mm. I got one.
Shit, laugh.
That one's just 2 words. That one's just...
Great Scott. Okay, fine, we'll do the stupid topic. Alright, time travel. Going forwards, in fanfiction terms, what does that even mean?
Character from the past goes forward in time.
I don't know. Getting dumped into a dystopic future is what immediately springs to mind.
I think character from the past goes forward in time to meet with present crew. If you're gonna.
As far as fanfiction goes, I think Zero's more on point here.
Yeah.
Because if a character goes forward in time, then maybe you're talking crossover, but other than that, what are you even doing?
Yeah.
You're just writing a story about a character, and then you could just rename that character and it's an entirely different story. Who cares?
No, like, say you're writing, like, Naruto, right? And you take one of the characters all the way from back in the past and then bring them forward. What does that do?
Apparently lets them make a gigantic tree that can take over the world.
Yeah.
Apparently lets them do nothing and do recaps for the past 20 chapters.
Yeah. But I mean, actually, like, legitimate time travel, not just, oh, you're back from the dead.
Apparently it lets you give characters stupid bullshit power-ups at the last fucking minute so that they can fight a character that's come out of fucking nowhere from the last 20 chapters of the fucking story for no reason. There's a lot of time travel in Naruto, I'm realizing.
Yeah, there is.
Anyway, since that conversation thread seems to have died,
I'm trying to tell my family to not have a conversation literally right outside my door. I don't know why they decided to go there to talk, but they decided to go there to talk.
They want you involved in the proceedings.
Ask them if they want to be on a podcast. Romance short, why not?
Don't, because then my brother's going to come in and then he's going to say things and then awkwardly leave.
Does he know shit about time travel?
I'm going to ask him.
Really?
We're actually going to do this? It'd be pretty cool. I'd be okay with this. Fuck it, why not?
I called for him, but he didn't return.
Oh.
Hold on, give me a second.
I don't really remember any good instances of time travel in anything written.
Thanks.
Aww.
You forgot I wrote one, didn't you? Yeah. Yeah, back is easy. Back tends to be a fix-fic. and that's kind of boring.
I didn't want to bring that up
Mm.
because it seemed too easy.
Yeah. There's back.
There's a problem with that because most of the time when they go back to do fix, it just ends up being a retread of what canon was.
Yeah. That's not purely a time travel thing, but yes, that is a problem that happens.
I know it's not purely but that's like the time when people write time travel fix, that's pretty much what it is. You pretty much talked about that One Piece story. Where
yeah, that wasn't time travel fic, yes. Actually, it was a time travel fic, what one was specifically talking about.
Alright, so I asked my brother what he knew about time travel. And he said that time travel is possible. And if you know anything about time travel, he said it's possible.
That's all he said.
Okay.
Yep.
How many times did you ask that same question?
Once. Actually, once. It's like, what? I'm going to ask him again. What do you know anything about time travel? It's possible? Okay, thanks, bye.
You are really desperate for him not to be on the podcast, aren't you?
You could just walk in and just bomb this podcast at any time.
Do you think we'd like him better than you? Is that why you're so insecure about this?
No.
I think that's why.
It's really not.
Okay. So yeah, going back in time for a fix fic, whatever. That's one way that it happens, whether you go for the actual fix fic or the pseudo fix fic where things go wrong anyway in different ways, which is much more interesting, but you know, that's how it goes. That's one way to do it, sure, why not?
See, if they're going to go back in time to fix something, the way I want it done is they go back in time, but the shit they wind up changing in order to prepare for whatever is going to go wrong in the future ends up preventing that thing from happening altogether. So they have another problem that they didn't foresee coming anyway.
You know, this whole time travel thing...
I've mentioned something before that's very similar to that. Harry Potter time travel fic, going back in time. Harry fixes something, I think it was to do with the first year plot, and Voldemort's soul gets to possess a dragon. And that was a thing that happened.
It's awesome. But I'm not even talking about, I mean, they didn't even get to the thing they were supposed to fix yet.
Yeah, same.
Oh.
Yeah, that was like the first year story. And the whole Philosopher's Stone incident, and Quirrell gets exorcised or whatever, and that piece of Voldemort's soul that was sort of stuck in him decides to move on and go into the dragon that happens to be, you know, nesting in the forest.
Oh.
Yeah. That was an interesting one. I wish it had carried on, because it was something interesting. But
that sounds awesome.
You gotta have a dragon fight at the end. That's all you gotta have.
What I was gonna say is you can go back and do the fix thing and all that. Or you could go back and then back. And that's interesting in a different way, because then you can explore the history of the story, which is not something a lot of people touch on when they're writing fan fiction. So, say, common ones would be, going to go to Harry Potter again, going back to the 70s when Harry's parents were at Hogwarts, or you could go back to the Founders era and deal with all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Or Naruto, obviously, you could go back to whenever such and such Hokage was in power, or to the Clan War era, or to... I was going to say when the Sage of Six Paths was around, but we really don't want to do that anymore. Ever. No. Just no. But yeah, it's something you don't see very often. I'd like to see... I'm not going to say I'd like to see more of, but I just wish I knew where I could find more of that, because I find it interesting. Because it fleshes out elements of the story that you don't see much of.
Hey, Zero, were you going to say something like back when in Casey were going back and forth about the back in time fix thing? Were you going to say something? Because I forgot.
No, it's good. I was just watching this video that changed my life.
Of course you were.
That's all you need to know.
Is it random link time?
This video will change your life.
For the better?
For the better. It's Aquaman's rousing song of heroism.
Why did you watch this?
I don't know.
Oh,
What?
dear God. Okay, first of all, I hate that show.
The song starts at like 35 seconds in, and then it's just... I don't know why, but this song has made that entire show redeemable in my eyes. Aquaman is basically singing about what it means to be a hero, and it's something.
I'm gonna learn the words to this song and sing it out loud in public to people who need a pickup.
Who are you, just a man or a Superman?
I give credit for the shout out to the Music Meister. Just like a 5-second shot. It was pretty great.
Yeah.
Oh god, Aquaman in a blonde wig. Oh god. Oh god.
So, basically he's cosplaying as every single hero. So, to our people who are listening to, you need to watch this video with us. Just go to the link dump right now and just watch this, because...
Go to the link dump about 3 minutes ago.
Yeah. Because...
Yeah, as soon as Zero brings it up and says...
Video changed my life.
Yeah, this video changed my life, then you go and click the link and start watching.
You can get some live reactions.
Anyway, why did you send us there, Zero?
I have no clue.
Zero, please elucidate how that is relevant to time travel.
Well,
I'm
you
curious.
see, he said the word time travel in it. He said the words time travel, and he ran into the past that there were dinosaurs as the Flash.
I missed that, but okay, I'll take it for it. I don't want to watch that video again.
How did this even come up in your thoughts to look at this video, Zero?
I already had this video open because somebody linked it to me in a forum. I don't know why. I don't know how that came up, but it did.
I'm going to link this as this video changed my life. So, yeah. Great. Thanks, Zero.
I don't know why. I don't understand the context behind it, but it changed my life.
So, time travel.
Yeah, going forward, going backwards, either way.
We've handled going backwards. Going forwards. Going forwards.
Yeah, going forward.
I'm doing forward motion.
Mm-hmm. Assuming that you're going in a sort of timeline where you do make it back, so it's not like everything's catastrophically changed. Or some sort of parallel timeline you end up on yourself where everything's as if you were there in the past and didn't time travel. Because that's the easiest way to do that. But going forwards, I just want to kind of mention Captain America. Kind of went time travel in a sort of odd fashion of just being frozen. And that's how you see it happen mostly.
Welcome to World Tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, that's true, though. Yeah.
It's easier to move forward than backwards in time. So
Generally, we're always moving forwards in time.
I know. That's why I said it's easier.
Anyway, we have absolutely nothing left to talk about for time travel.
If you guys have any questions, just leave a comment or something, and we'll be able to talk about that specifically.
Yeah, sure, go ahead. It's fucking long.
What about
All right.
moving sideways in time?
That's called
It's
jumping
parallel
dimensions.
Well, parallel universes, not dimensions. Dimensions is a different thing. Alternate realities.
What if you move up or down in time, rather than forwards or
Same as
backwards?
side to side.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I don't believe you. Moving on.
Recommendations. Who has them?
I'm gonna recommend. I don't know if I've recommended this before, but if I have, I'm gonna recommend it again. It's called. Let me just go to it real quick. It was a Naruto and DC Comics crossover thing. It's called Kitsune, Son of Catwoman, where Naruto is 14 years old on the streets of Gotham with no memories, and basically gets picked up by Catwoman off the streets. And then stuff happens, and then he fights the Teen Titans, because why not? I read this a long time ago before I started writing. So I don't know if it's still good, but hey, if you want to watch the Teen Titans get beat up, then this is a good place to go. I
I can get down with that.
Yeah. I think it's the Teen Titans in here. I don't remember what they did with this. No, it's the Young Justice one. Yeah, they have the Young Justice, not the Teen Titans. I was thinking of another one. There is another fic I once read where somebody was beating up the Teen Titans, and I think it was Naruto in that one. Lots of Naruto beating up Teen Titans. But this one is Young Justice group and stuff. So if you ever watched the show Young Justice, or you just know the characters from the comics, or you just want to watch Naruto be a sort of semi-villain, I guess, then why not?
Okay.
It's 20 chapters long. I think it's abandoned. It hasn't been updated in over a year, or almost a year.
Okay. Ken, have you got any?
I don't have anything for any fic recommendations, but there are two shows that I feel people need to watch. If only to yell at me after they realize they don't like the shows, or thank me when they love them. The first show you need to watch is It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Nah.
I probably need to watch that.
That show is great. They're all horrible, horrible people. All the main characters are horrible people. But it's funny. It's really a show about nothing. I would explain what the show is, but it's really just a bunch of people that like work in and own a bar in Philadelphia. And it's
the Seinfeld pitch is not helping your case with me, but okay.
But the stuff they get into actually does have ramifications in later episodes, so it's not just stuff happening on set. A lot of the stuff they do has permanent consequences, but it's just a show about how dumb and horrible they are. Okay. It's hilarious. It gave you the Dayman song, so if you at least give it a shot based off of that.
Dayman. Fighter of the night. Champion of the sun.
Ken? And the other one?
The other one, and this one's they're probably going to hate me for more, is Workaholics.
I've heard about that.
Yeah. This is about three roommates that work for like this telemarketing company. They are also idiots, but they are also more douche about it. Way more douche, like college douche about it. They're like college douche that never went to college and they're kind of old.
Okay.
It's really dumb. Like, if anyone has seen the Straight Out of Mordor video on YouTube, those are the guys that are in that show.
Okay.
So, I like those shows for some reason. and I think the world would like those shows. So I'm going to pimp them to you.
Fair
on my
enough.
podcast.
So, Ken,
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
Oh God.
You've been watching these shows.
Uh-huh.
Can you tell me how you've not managed to maybe start watching Arrow yet?
Well, the reason for that is
Just dead quiet.
and that's my reason.
Okay.
I've been watching Game of Thrones lately. Trying to actually watch that.
I read the books, so I don't really care about watching the show that much.
I'll read the books when I feel like it probably, but I don't really feel like reading them right now. I'm just...
That's what everybody says.
Yeah, well, popular opinion. Woo.
Not everybody. I watched the first season of the show and I thought, okay, I want to know what happens next, so I'm going to read the books. And I read the books, and now I don't want to watch the show anymore.
Yeah, I'm just playing...
Because I've seen it already.
I'm just playing catch-up on the show, so I've got 4 seasons to get through. I'm on the 3rd one.
I meant normal people that see reading as a chore.
I got right.
One guy. Yeah.
It is our biggest hobby. It is the reason we're here.
Yeah.
I said normal people.
Whatever. All right.
We normal people.
We are not normal people.
Fuck being normal.
Exactly.
All right. My recommendation is Leftovers by Viraqua. I have no idea whether I've recommended this before, but it's pretty good. So, Naruto fic, it's your standard Naruto is Team 11 style fic. So, one-man team style thing. I think that was actually the name of another one of these fics. Anyway, so Naruto and Kurenai are put on a team together.
Oh.
And it's pretty cool.
Cool stuff.
You have the general gist of it from me just saying it's the one-man team concept. He gets shuffled with other teams sometimes and things, and et cetera, et cetera. It's pretty fun. It does the concept pretty well. So, absolutely something I'm going to recommend.
Is that cool spelled with a Kewl? Or just regular cool?
Remember when I said we write, and it is our primary hobby?
Yes.
If I was okay with writing Kewl, I would be okay with writing U as the letter U, R as the letter R. I don't even know what other grammatical errors I would make because I don't make those grammatical errors because I don't... because I am a good writer. And I care about good grammar. Thank you very much.
It's okay.
I found a new way to get under your skin, and I'm going to milk it for all it's worth next week.
Yeah. All right. So I guess that's recommendations done. I guess we're done then. I don't know whether we're going to have to re-record the intro or anything, but we'll see. I'll check the audio and see whether we need to do that real quick. And we'll take about 5 minutes to do that, probably. So I would like to thank everybody for listening to the Fandom Flux Podcast, episode 45. If you would like to get in contact with us, you can do so through the blog page, the comments, or our own personal profiles on fanfiction.net, or through the YouTube channel through the comments. Once again, I would like to thank you for listening to the Fandom Flux Podcast, episode 45. Bye now.
Bye.